All right, so welcome to my part 2 video of reasons why you should turn down a job offer. All right, so another reason why you should turn down a job offer is the fact that the company as a culture is not a fit. And how do you know if the culture is not a fit? You can simply just read the vibes of the people interviewing you. They're going to put on a poker face, right? So they're going to tell you things about the job that they like, but be transparent. And if they're just telling you too much good stuff, ask them tough questions. You can actually interview them, and that's okay. That shows that you're interested in the job. You can ask them questions, for example, like, what is your retention rate of employees? Like, do you have a high amount of people leaving, coming and going, things like that? Are there rewards and bonuses, promotions? How often does that happen? What type of careers do you offer? Once a person's been in a role for like a year or two, is there room for advancement? How does that work? What is your process to advancing and hiring internally? Those are questions you want to know. And based on their answers, you'll know if they're telling you what you want to hear or if they're being sincere. And if you feel like they're just telling you what you want to hear, do not accept the job offer, especially if you just don't get a good vibe, guys. Trust your instinct, which leads to my next point. Trust your gut instinct. A lot of you will go in these job interviews and you get hyped once you get the interview, and once you leave, you're like, this ain't what I thought it was. And you know why? Because it's not. Believe it. If it's not what you think it is, and then you got something in your heart and your intuition telling you this is not a good fit, believe it. Trust yourself. You don't want to be one of those employees that get hired on and then trying to force something just because you need a job. Like, it's not worth it. It's better to struggle by yourself than to be miserable and depressed at a company and have poor performance as well, and then get more stressed because things aren't going the way you anticipated. Stress kills, guys. Another reason why you want to turn down a job offer is because you got a better job offer. I'm pretty sure when you're applying for one job, you're applying for others. Just like companies are interviewing you, they're interviewing many others. The same thing happens on your side, right? So you might get this job offer, and all of a sudden, here it comes, the email or phone call. Hey, we'd like to interview you. And it's that dream job or the ideal job that you've been anticipating, that you really want. You finally heard from them. It took forever to get to you. Well, guys, at the end of the day, do your due diligence. If that job offer comes through, and then the job that you got that you were so about comes through, obviously you're going to take the better job. And if you have a company that's going to hire you, and you're already in the process and it's hard to take off anyway. Who cares what they say? It's worth the risk. Make sure you do something that fits your career goals. Another reason why to turn down the job is because of the lack of opportunities to growth. The lack of opportunities to gain more pay. Those are things you really want to consider. You know what I mean? Because who wants to be at a company and then they be stagnant and then they're back to looking for another job? You want to get something that solidifies you and helps you grow and keep up with market value and pay. It's so essential. The inflation is constantly going up. Gross is gas. So you want to make sure you have money to be able to keep up with that lifestyle. Stay tuned for part 3.